All right. And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to Dreams, Visions, and Appearances. And I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining us again. And I have with me Cali Healer Kelly.
Hello.
We have back Ginger Faye, who was one of our guests before. She asked if she could come back, and we said, why not? So she's here with us tonight. We have Diana, oil painter, and we have the wonderful Bookers, which I'm pointing in the wrong direction. All right. And we have Terry from Holding Your Space. Thank you for all being here. We're really happy to be here. Oh, and we have Ness with us, who is waiting because she's going to explain a dream so she won't have to type it all up. And if anybody ever wants to do that, just ask for the link and you can come on and then you can leave if you want to be back in the chat. So it's up to you. But yeah, she says, I'm not officially part of the panel. Yes.
Not yet.
It is in typing it all. Yes, absolutely. So before we start with Ness, I'm going to have Kelly tell us a little bit about her dream that she had last night, and perhaps a little bit of information that Diana shared with us backstage. But I want to say hi to Froxy Roxy, and I want to say hi to Annie Bear and Ness and Christine Fryer and her daughter, Elena. I'm so happy you're here, Elena. We're welcoming you, and thank you for being here. We have Mary Starshine, and we have Imagine with Me, Shamanic Journeys. Brenda is here. And we have, who else came in? We have Ocean GD, who is Brendan, Ginger's son. And welcome. I'm glad you're here. Rossi's here. And by the way, did you all hear that they're selling Trump Bibles for $59.99? And his picture's in them. And you can buy one because, you know, he has several of them at his house. And so you can buy one.
Upside down.
That's a disgrace.
Yeah, he usually carries them upside down. Hi, Barbara Nesper. And Suki's here. Welcome, Suki. And let's see, Landon Kirshner, another good son. Yes.
Hello,
Samantha. KK's here. Hi, KK. Karen Doyle. Ginny. Hi, Ginny. It's good to see you, dear. Nancy Crohn's Intuition. Wicky's here. Jamie Johnson. And Gerald's here. And Samantha. Wow, we got a great group. Jenny Berlin, Jill Sinanan, Amanda Carroll. Wow, we've got 48 people here. How wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Mary Thornberry. Yeah. Thank you all for being here with us this evening and for staying up after dark, some of you. All right. Louise Fote, it's nice to see you. Hi, Jay. And Mirella is here. Claudia's here. Oh, my goodness. A satanic Bible. Yes, Wiki, that's what it is. It is a satanic Bible. I love that. I just love that. Oh, God. Trump Bibles. Hi, Randy. It's good to see you, too. Linda
Randy.
Yeah, Linda Bishop's here. Oh, I bet you missed the show. Yeah, I'm sorry that we weren't able to be here the last week or two. So thank you for patiently waiting for us and being here with us. So hi, Mike. It's nice to see you. Yeah, we have a huge panel tonight, and Kelly is an angel. She has her wings hung up on the wall. See? So
that's very kind. Very, very kind.
Oh, yes. Yes. Hi, Karen Doyle. Yes, it is a big time change from being in Arizona, Randy, I'm sure, being back in Massachusetts. So let's start with Kelly. She's got a short dream. Oh, you're in Bennington, Vermont. It's a beautiful place.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kel, you had a dream, and your dream was?
It was very brief, but I was standing outside and I was looking up at the sky. And as I was looking up at the sky, this like computer, it was like the back of the computer, like the panel of the computer kind of came down out of the sky and it came right in front of me. And I was I don't remember if they told me or if I was just led to start pushing buttons. But then I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? And they said, you're putting in codes and keys into the sky, into the clouds. And that's all I can remember. And I woke up thinking, you know, I thought, how could that really be possible? But, you know, my ego got in the way thinking, you know, who do you think you are, that you think that you can put, you know, this stuff into the universe? But I kind of think I was doing it.
This is exactly what Terry and I thought. You're a light code scribe. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Annie Bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nailed it, Annie Bear.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. The first thing I thought was that, you know, we all are getting light code downloads, but somebody's got to be putting them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was well, and then on the eclipse too, it's like, wow.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. You know, I've talked about my grid, and I know that the grid is a light code because I can see pastels still blinking. Sometimes I can still see bright light blinking, but usually it's faded already to a paler color. Of course, that's what you're doing. I'm testifying because I've seen your work.
Yeah, that's true.
And you've done work on me, so I've seen your work.
When did this happen, by the way?
Last night.
Wow.
Okay. So that may be part and parcel of Diana's visions and Terry's vision.
Yep.
I think you could have been putting in the light codes for those people who were on the bridge.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I know all of you know about the Baltimore Bridge collapse last night at 1:34 a.m. I think it was, something like, or 1:33. And Diana was getting a vision, I guess, of what was happening and how it looked like toothpicks. So she can tell you more about it. And then Terry had something similar come up as well. So I'll let you go ahead and tell us, Diana.
Okay, so in my dream, in the early hours of the morning, I see a boat. I see a boat, and it's a funny looking boat, right? It's like I just started doing the journal work, right? I see this boat. I see something weird on it. This is not, it's not a sail. It's like I don't know, an antenna, a receptor or something. And it doesn't, I mean, it looks like it's some kind of a cruise ship here, but it really wasn't. But I'm just sketching it in, trying to get the whole feel for what the dream was about. And I'm sorry, I'm still excited about this because it has a personal meaning to me as well. Anyway, so I see that, and then I'm in this great room, and there are these people wearing nondescript bathrobes, terry cloth bathrobes like you get in a spa, and they're like landlord beige, just, block beige. And there was a young child in this group, and my angels held me back from something. No, you're not going this trip. And they pulled me back, and I see this tile on the wall, and it looks like, they're not all the same shape, and they're not all the same colors, but they're, rusty and brown and reds and some whites. And I'm waiting for the laundry to get these people their laundry. And that was part of my job. And then I had also seen this beautiful antique table that was just like an end table that my grandmother had, as far as the decor on the top of it goes. But instead of having just 4 legs, it had 8 legs and then some. It was like, where are all these legs coming from? So while I am sitting working with the sketchbook, trying to put together what my dream memory was, my cousin niece starts texting me. We often have crossovers. And she starts telling me the same thing, only she saw a boxcar. She had a boat. She had people. She had so much of the same things in her dream. Okay, this is a crossover. Let's start talking. So while we're talking, her husband is poo-pooing us with our dreams that have meanings and all that business. And all of a sudden, there's a gasp out of him because he's just seen that the Francis Scott Keys Bridge in Baltimore has collapsed at 1:30 in the morning. A barge hit it. And the tile I had seen was the boxcars on the barge.
On the boat, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's what I thought was tile. And I saw all of this in the water. And that is what my guides were holding me back from. So my part of the mission was to help retrieve these souls in their bathrobes because they just fallen into the drink.
Right.
And I'm still emotional about it because I've gone over that bridge a lot. I lived in Virginia. That's the way to go to Ocean City and Bethany Beach and all that whole strip of beaches up and down. It's called Delmarva because it's Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. And that's where all the beaches come together and everybody goes. And so every time I went over it, I hated that bridge. I just felt like, oh my God, just get me to the other side. It's 7 miles long and it never felt stable.
Sure.
And I've even been over it one time on a motorcycle and never again. Never again.
I never go over a bridge on a motorcycle. All right, Terry, go ahead and give them your
okay.
Your vision.
Yeah. So I do this. A lot of you have met Jane Mayall on my channel, and she has gmail.com, and we do Read the Future nights. She's teaching a new course, and so some of her regulars came on, and we did the Read the Future night with our students. And of course, I had a crash at sea. I did this Saturday, and then I had, unfortunately, I had bodies floating in the water. And I asked her this morning to delete that because I thought, oh, what a crass thing to have on there.
Right.
You know,
Well,
that's just, but we weren't thinking about it. We were exhausted. We did 12 months of readings, and anyway,
wow.
but anyway, I woke up at the time that it happened. I saw it happening, you know, right after it happened, and I didn't go to bed again yet. And it floored me. And then to have that kind of energy coming in, everybody, and to have a boat of that size crash something like that, that's a lot of waves of energy for all of us. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. It's
Right. And the grid on the ceiling certainly pertains to the dream that you had last night as well, because I see honeycomb when I'm on a mission. And when I first opened my eyes, it looked like honeycomb. And then it graduated into squares. And when I see a grid of squares, it's like somebody, you know, my ET guides have been doing a healing on me. So for me, it was both. It was twofold. Involved with the rescue mission, but also the healing for me because of how I feel about that bridge to begin with.
Sure.
Because I had an up close and personal relationship with it. So, man, we all.
All right. So I hate to cut everybody short. At this point, we have 11 people with dreams, including Ness, who's going to tell her dream. So let's let Ness do that. And then we'll move into the other folks. So there's Ness. Make sure you there you go. All right.
Okay.
So go right ahead.
Hi everyone. Okay, I'm just going to be as brief as possible. I had this dream a couple nights ago, and it was a dream where there's a lot of other people involved, and I was reliving an experience in the past. And the past experience kind of took up the metaphor of like almost in a parking garage when you go to multiple levels, or public transportation when you're in a train and it goes around, or when you're in a car in a highway and you know, have to go up a ramp. And that was the metaphor that kept happening, shapes like that or places like that. And I went to multiple levels, and I was going by myself, and then I was going with people in my past. And there was a point where I started getting deja vu, and I started to realize these were tracks or routes I did in the past. And I started to almost like predict what was happening, and I had that meta awareness of what happened. And I'm trying to like realize, okay, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to do the same thing, or do I want to intervene, almost like in a Groundhog's Day type of thing? And I'm trying to also communicate to people I know what's about to happen, and like it's very interesting. And then adjacent to it, I think it happened during the dream, I had this experience, I've never had this before, where my ancestors were there and they were witnessing what was happening or what happened, and it was past and future ancestors, which I've never experienced that. I've never experienced future ancestors, but I can feel them, that they're future. And I could feel I could just sense that I've literally never had this experience. And they're all like bearing witness, but they're not just bearing witness, they're actually helping. And so I'm curious what y'all get about that.
Leveling up. But you're also, this is just my idea, leveling up definitely, but also bringing along the past and making that into a future event as well. Was this last night?
This was like 4 nights ago. It was quite vivid. It was quite vivid, which I realize when a dream is vivid, they want you to remember it.
Well, it's a lucid dream as well, because you were making choices about what
I was making choices. I was literally,
you were influencing the dream because you were aware you were dreaming. So
maybe, I knew I was reliving a course and a track, and I've been here before. So
that's great. All right, who else has something to say? Terry.
So I really feel like when you were talking about the highway and whatnot, I was thinking of the butterflies, right? Because it's kind of the butterflies as they go around the roads and whatnot, getting on and off the highway. But also when you were talking about your ancestors and your descendants, I feel like you're going in the past and you're healing ancestral karma. And when you go in the past to heal ancestral karma, like a butterfly or number 8, then you go into the future and you also heal your descendants.
Future. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's kind of that figure 8 infinity. And they're so proud of you. Gosh, Ness, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And you're doing it lucidly.
Wow.
And the track did have kind of a loop of an 8, so I can understand that.
Oh, it did?
Okay. We did kind of loop again.
All right. Carolyn, Peter?
Yeah, it was a download. It was a download of the past and the future. And her levels of her, I don't want to say experience, although it is experience, her abilities are growing.
Okay.
Higher.
Being able to vibrate at a higher level. Yeah.
Level.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So as she's passing by everyone, she's also gaining experience. And her levels are moving
As she goes.
By
You could feel, I felt the, when you go up on a roller coaster and you feel the gravity pull you back, I felt that when we were going up. So I understand what you say about it, because there was a somatic feeling associated with that.
Really cool. Really cool.
Wow.
Kelly, how about you?
I got that. I pulled the card and it said that you're a light worker in Starseed, that I'm sure you probably know, and that they're saying serve the world by being you. But I also got that you're an internal explorer, and that you're to be seen and to let the world know about your gifts. And I agree with everyone. I think you're just leveling up. And right now with the solar eclipse and the full moon and all of that and going on, everything is happening so fast. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, you're really moving up fast. And I also agree with Terry too, that you are healing ancestral wounds too.
And when you heal the past in yourself, you heal the future. Yeah. That's
Mhm.
so
For the
awesome.
others.
Yeah. Diane, I'm going to get to you. I want Ginger to, if she had anything to
Oh,
say.
no, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ginger.
Oh, well, I pulled some cards, and I mean, it just goes with what everybody is saying.
Okay.
You know, I got this
Yep.
Page of Cups, which is that beginning of that intuitive journey here. I'll do the shortcut version. You know, I love this Page of Cups. So, Page of Cups, that's the beginning of that intuitive journey. And I got this card, which for me is you connecting with the ancestors here.
Mhm.
And then I got what Kelly was saying. It's the I see you. It's you being noticed by your ancestors and your future ancestors, the your guides and the universe. So you're being recognized for your
Fabulous.
gifts, and you're growing into them for sure.
I've never had an experience with future ancestors. I've experienced with past ancestors, and they vibrate so lighter. It's like hard to describe.
Mm.
Their
Yeah.
vibration is just so, and you can kind of relate that when you have people of different generations. You
Sure.
can kind of feel different
Uh-huh.
things, but they're it was so interesting.
This dream work is something that I'm glad you were called here into being on the show all the time, you know, in the chat, because I think it's part of who you will be more of. You know, everybody's got something that they're really good at, and I think the dream work is going to be big for you. But Diana, go ahead, honey.
Well, I agree with everybody completely. While Terry was talking and was saying healing for future generations,
Uh-huh.
I pulled the devil card, and that's exactly it. It's healing the flaws of the past so that the future does not have to feel it, sense it, go through it again, unless it's their choice to do so. And then the other card was the road less traveled. But you see, we have this obstacle here, but we've got this curve, and inside, and then deeper inside, there's a path that goes round and round. So
You had several paths that went into paths. That's you're right, Diana.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
totally, we all are picking up the same thing about this. This is fabulousness.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I'll
thank
hop off so you can help.
All
someone
right.
else.
Thanks, Ness, for sharing. It was nice.
Thank you.
Be at peace with it.
Yeah, definitely be at peace with it. So yes, we can do this going forward. If people instead don't want to write a whole litany of it, you know, I don't mind if you pop in and tell us. Yeah, if you are wanting to do that. Let's start here. Suki just had us. I did a lot of research on Trump, and he was raised with his parents telling him all his life that he was the chosen one. They even used the name Christ in his name. Wow, Suki. I did hear that. Mary Trump, I believe, wrote that in her book as well. So that's, yeah, it's kind of scary.
If he only realized they were placating him. They were being facetious.
So here's Cat Mama. Many times in my life, I've dreamed of tsunamis. I have a very healthy respect for the power of the ocean. I can't help but wonder if I was on Lemuria when I fell into the ocean. Ah, okay.
Well, Lemuria sunk back into the ocean. And, you know, Hawaii and the Philippines, those are the tips of what were once mountains. It once connected through to New Zealand and Australia. It was so huge. It was so massive. It was at the time of the weeble wobble of the earth,
Right.
and the beginning of human life. So, yeah.
Well, it's interesting because later on, Samantha said 2 weeks ago, she dreamt of a tsunami, but she said she knew it was coming, and she made a big raft, a massive raft. So what would you all equate a tsunami to in dreams? Anybody? Terry?
Tower?
Power? Okay.
No, the tower.
Uh-huh.
Like destruction of
The tower.
Yeah, the
tower.
tower.
The tower. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely like, I mean, it's going to flatten everything, right? And that's kind of the energy that's coming in right now. But this time we've got it right. So we've probably been here, Claudia, in like not many lifetimes, but a few lifetimes in this type of a
Yeah.
situation with Atlantis and Lemuria, and maybe some other places like the Caribbean or something, the Mayan Aztecs. But so definitely just wiping the slate clean, honey.
Right.
But yeah.
That's kind of what I felt like. It's like it would be complete cleansing, a complete cleansing. And I think that's kind of, we don't want a tsunami, of course. Metaphorically, that's what we need in this country right now is a tsunami. And it is interesting that they're talking about, when they talk about the Democratic Party, they always say a blue wave. They always say that.
Oh, you're
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I used to have a recurring dream of a tsunami, and to this day, I can picture it vividly. This building off to this side, these palm trees off to this side, and everybody running. But for some reason, I have a few very vivid dreams that I have to stand in front line and like I'm not running from it. And then the tsunami in the Philippines happened, and then I hadn't had that.
Yeah, that was horrific. Yeah.
That
can happen. That can happen. Yeah.
This is an energetic tsunami.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
This
agree.
is not a water tsunami.
Right.
It's an energetic tsunami. It's coming to wipe out the bad, to replace the good.
Yep. And water is emotions, so it will help heal our emotions, I would think.
Yeah.
Power. In the tempest is the turmoil, and in the turmoil is the power that keeps the
It does the cleansing.
boiler going.
Yep.
And the energy that we're in right now is all about water too.
It's all about turbulence. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that more than one of you have dreamt of a tsunami. I have me and my fear of fish, that I'm gonna, and I think I've died in water many times. And so when I think of a tsunami, oh my God, because how can I swim? But of course, nobody could swim in a regular tsunami. But I agree, it's the energetic force. And yet we may all wonder if we can make it through that energetic force or if we'll sink, So I think it's a fear in some ways as well. Anybody else?
Does it float?
Yep. We'll float? Is that what you said?
Our beliefs.
Our beliefs. Yeah.
Will keep us.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
I love that, Carolyn. I do feel like we're aware of the energetic tsunami that's coming in this time.
Yes.
A lot of people aren't, and that's why we're here.
And Samantha says she knew it was coming and she built a raft. And that's what we all
love it.
do.
Well, and if we think about Neptune and Saturn being in Pisces at either end of this being the bookend, pushing it all together. Oh my gosh, I love that. You created a foundation that was able to live with the water.
Sure. Absolutely. Thank you, Cat Mama and Samantha, for weighing in on that one for us. Yep. So we have Mary Starshine here this evening. She dreamed last night that she moved into an old house. 4 women live there and told me I could stay, but they refused to leave.
Oh.
Okay. Hopefully they weren't too cranky or
Arsenic and old lace. I just saw arsenic and old lace. With Cary Grant. So you got a good movie going.
It's very interesting. You say it's an old house. I don't know how old you are, and I'm not presuming to know how old you are, but our bodies are considered our housing. They house our emotion. They house everything about us. And so I'm wondering if it's just these other women are sort of going through the same thing you are. I don't know. You don't say if you recognize them. I'm guessing you didn't, or you might have said, but that's just my 2 cents on that one.
How about that? Those 4 women are her past lives.
It could be. It could be 4 components of her as well. Yes, it could be. Yep. Kel,
And they
get me there?
refuse to leave.
I'm sorry, Carolyn.
They
What'd you say?
refuse to leave.
Yeah, they refuse to leave. So they're parts of herself that don't want to
Part of-
leave.
Yeah, they're part of her and make her who she is
Who she
today.
is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yep, I do. I like that. Kelly?
I'm getting that they're maybe encouraging you to find your community, or now, being a part of this community. And maybe there's been maybe a little bit of reluctance or something, in that it's encouraging you to, to find your soul tribe.
Ah,
Oh, like
it
that.
could be. It
I
could
see.
be. You never know. Yeah, that's right. Terry?
Yeah, I really feel like they're for me it feels like aspects of yourself, Mary. And that these are ways of being, like when you're strong, when you're a warrior, when you're a princess, when you're when you're a child. And so different ways of being, and you're kind of compartmentalize that, which is great. You're aware of it.
Yeah. Any words, Ginger?
Well, I was having really a deja vu moment, so I was trying to figure this out. But I had
Okay.
pulled 4 of swords. You have 4 women, 4 swords. Lots of wisdom here, but healing wisdom.
Yeah.
And then I pulled this wheel, but this particular wheel, and again, I'm going to say something. They had something to do with wisdom and the 4 fates. Is it 4 fates or 3 fates? What is,
Oh, I don't know.
We can do 4 tonight.
oh,
Yeah.
the 4
There may be. Oh, they were
And I
friendly.
want to know what that deck is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this
They
is-
were friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, definitely friendly. But it has something to do with healing.
Uh-huh.
Because she can control each separate one.
Yeah.
If it decides to get a little out of its house, she can bring it back and say, no, we're not going there.
And I have to show them just because I got them, and I can't believe that this card came up again.
Oh, it did.
So
It's the
paths
path.
of yourself, the path that you've come
Yeah.
from and where you're going to. And this is the ancestor card. You are your own grandma,
Oh.
talking on my old grandpa. So,
That's awesome.
this
Yeah.
is certainly aspects of ourselves. We are our ancestors in so many ways. We carry their memories, their genes.
Yep.
And
I
was
like
just
that Patty D came up with the fact that there are aspects of yourself that don't want to let go.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that, Patty. That's a wonderful explanation. I'm
and I
sorry.
was just thinking she was the weaver of these fates.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
My grandmother. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Lori, I think you're right. And I see that somebody else had another tsunami. Lori said earlier, dear friend and I had a feeling of riding a tsunami to shore. When we hit the land, a voice told us to walk forward and never look back. So we just walked forward together. Oh my God.
That's
So
beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of synchronicity.
Oh my gosh. Sodom
Yeah.
and Gomorrah, the salt don't look back. There's some more water and
That's right. Yep. That's
I have a reoccurring dream I'd like to share, if that's okay.
sure.
Yeah, I just want everybody to know that we got 11 people we still got to get to, but go ahead.
Just really quickly. I kept having this reoccurring dream of I was in a plane and it was going down
Mhm.
and it would be crashing into a mountain. But every time I have this dream, I would have to go up to the cockpit so that I could witness this.
Oh,
And then right before we would hit, of course, I would wake up. But I've dreamt that dream for years. I haven't in a lot of years, but that was really interesting how I would always have to go up to that cockpit so I could watch my death. I don't know. It was
No,
weird.
it was you facing maybe bad things in your life and you were crashing and burning, and it was how to handle that crash and burn, don't you think?
Yeah, you're partly in control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you weren't driving the plane. You were not
No.
part of that,
It's
but
just a
you wanted to be part of your own life and your own destiny. Unfortunately, crashing and burning was in the
Right.
cards.
Or
Wow.
was it, because I would wake up before it happened?
You'd wake up. That's right. Right. So you were able to do that. Wow.
It's like the dream of falling. If you crash,
Yeah.
you die in your sleep. But nobody
Well,
knows.
for me, I'm falling, and all of a sudden I wake myself up because I'm, making sure that I'm not falling. I do want to answer this question
Hmm.
only because
Mm.
it was brought up in a couple of readings.
Oh.
Deja vu. And deja vu is having an experience, as far as I'm concerned. If you want to add more, please do, everybody. But it is a feeling like you have done this before. Like you've been there before, you've done this thing before, and it's an experience. I'll give you an example. I was a little girl. We were driving through the South. I sat up in the back of the car because I was laying down. I was about 10, and I said, "Oh, I've lived here before. I've seen this place before." My parents said, "No, you have never been here. This is South Carolina or something." And I said, "No, I have," and that was deja vu. That I had, because I recognized it. So,
They
anybody?
they often say it's that parallel universe
Yeah.
veil.
Or the other timeline, maybe.
Past life.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've read that your brain falls asleep for a split second, and when you wake up, you think you've lived it.
Wow.
Oh,
Interesting.
I like that explanation.
Well, I just can't make this up.
Oh, there it is
Third
again.
time in a row.
Wow.
Third time's the charm. I can't make this up.
Cards.
And this time it's, being in your
Wonderful.
power.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
the truth. We have all been here before. We have all been here before.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, that would be the yes.
Okay. Terry?
Well, Randy asked, why does it feel so real? Because you have done it before, Randy. Because it's a synchronicity.
Yeah.
You've done that before. You've dreamt it, there's no time or space.
Mm-hmm.
So you have done that before. And I love the physical part, bringing in the brain, because we forget to do that. I love that Carolyn brought that in too.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge part of it too. I love that.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My goodness. Kelly, I don't want to miss you or
It's the same. I get that she'd been there. It was a past life. She'd been there, done that before.
It's a signpost marking that you're on the right path. Well, there's a good way of looking at it, Vicki. Yeah, I love it.
Synchronicities.
Yep.
Here they come. Watch out.
Watch out. Okay, Annie, love to know how we can support light code writers so it's not so intense for them. And that would be you, Kelly. I would say by saying that it exists would be a good start, Annie. I don't know if anybody else can think of a way to assist those people that are going through the experience.
How about we learn sign language to help those friends of ours that may be deaf.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like trying to catch onto it enough to be able to speak it, be able to converse enough.
Mm-hmm.
In it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Go ahead, Carolyn.
she's the only one that's going to get the message of what to code. So all we can do is be there for her anytime she needs a break, needs to talk. I got this really strange message. What do I do with it? You code it.
Right.
Yeah. But, we need to be there for her.
I agree with that.
And you guys are. You guys are absolutely marvelous. But that explains a lot of times, I think, why I wake up and I'm so tired, is if I'm doing this while I'm sleeping and just got a glimpse of it, last night. Yeah. But
That probably is true, Kelly. But I think you learned the lesson that you needed to learn, which was you were questioning it and you were worried that you didn't have the experience, you didn't have the power, so to speak.
Yeah.
But the truth is that they gave you the power and they don't make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you. And thank you for all your love and support, and to everybody in the chat too. I mean, you guys are wonderful. And thank you. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah. Terry, anything, honey?
Yeah. So I had this vision about this a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens in the high heart, and it's recoding. That's what they showed me.
Okay.
And you're recoding. For me, it was recoding with light and not a computer monitor. But I saw you there, Cali, and I saw Diana there.
Wow.
And we're having fun, and Diana is laughing just like that while we're doing it.
Oh, I love it.
She's not doing the work.
I love it.
I love this. Use AI to help out with those disabilities. There's something else, if we could only use it for good, because there's a lot of bad things that are being used with AI. Ginger, I want to give you a chance to respond, honey, if you want to.
This whole light code is new to me. And I mean, I was told at one time that I was possibly working with light codes. I can't even remember what was happening to me. So I know very little about it, to be honest with you.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you were supposed to be here tonight so you could find
Learn
out
a
more.
little more.
Tap it in.
Yeah.
You have to let it back in.
Yeah. You have to let it back in. That's right. Wow. I think more of us may have this experience, but then again, there's so many of us working on other levels in other things.
Yes.
And so, this is probably your gift from the universe, your downloads. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad it's you. Please code us for happy, happy, happy.
Yep. Tonight's mission.
That's right.
Right?
If you should choose to accept it. That's right. So Karen Doyle says she was dreaming she was at a huge concert and the building started crumbling, but I was suddenly on a tourist bus on my way out, right ahead of the dust and commotion. That's a blessing.
Oh,
Wow,
goodness.
Karen.
That's a fantasy.
And that's one of the reasons why I can't be proud anymore.
Russian concert.
Russian
Do you know?
concert,
Yeah. What was the concert? Was it like
terrorist acting in Moscow?
Oh, when was that, Karen? When was that dream?
I was wondering that.
Was that around the time that they had the thing at the concert hall in Moscow? That would be interesting to know. When did you have the dream?
It was so real.
What I found very odd about that, and I the name of it says Crocus Coliseum or Crocus Conference Center. That was the name of the hall. It wasn't written in Russian. Don't you find that awesome? Like, why was it written in English?
ISIS has taken responsibility for it.
Right. But don't you think it's strange that it had an American?
I think it's very strange.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Because every time you pan in on, even in Ukraine, everything is written in Cyrillic. It's not written in English. And there it is in big English letters. Just very strange. Then I got to thinking that maybe they did it because maybe there's some benefactor or something from America that put money into it. You never know.
Well, and international stars were performing. So national audience, so something that would be easy for everybody to understand. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, because I don't know who all appeared in this concert,
Right,
but
right.
This is kind of a logical explanation.
Oh, really? That few doors down, Mary says there's a building called Las Vegas. That is so strange to me, though.
Well, in that you go there and McDonald's says McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not
I didn't
really,
know that. Okay.
You know, and the cities also bring a universal
Well, it's
hub.
an international city. I know that.
Yeah.
This confused me, but you've all made sense of it.
Hmm.
Terry, any thoughts
Oh.
about this crumbling building or
Yeah,
concert?
I like what Peter said about it being a foretelling of what was happening in prophecy.
Yeah.
I also feel like you're probably working with Azrael, and some call him the angel of death, but he's also the angel of mediums, and he also helps when there's casualties or anything, and they bring everybody very gently back to the light and out of their body. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Teddy bears in your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, remember?
Kelly, anything?
I get that it may feel like sometimes things are crumbling around you, Karen, but it was your sign to know that everything's going to be okay. And I get that there's some deep healing, and I'm also getting that this healing that you're going through is going to really accelerate. And being on that bus was taking you away from the catastrophe that what may feel like it's going on around you, it's taking you away from that.
Okay. Vicky,
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely.
Their path.
First
Very
flowers in the snow. You see our crocus.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Ginger, anything from you, dear?
Very similar as Kelly. It was like I just felt like it's like in the midst of things going wrong, it's your angels pulling you out and saving you, and then you're getting bused to your next destination.
Next destination. Okay.
You can't believe it. You can't make it up. But
Oh,
this
for
is
heaven's
because you
sake.
all are on the right path. And I am not.
He has
path,
16
too.
cards that are the same in that deck.
28 of them, and they're all the path.
Randy asked what a deja vu is, and that's a deja vu, Randy.
That's a deja vu.
Four
That's
times
a
in a
deja vu.
row. 4 times.
That's
Right.
right.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
Terry, did you get to answer that question, or did you? Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
losing my
I
mind
agree
here.
with everybody. Everybody
No,
can
we're on the
know.
right path. There's no mind loss here.
Okay. Okay. All right. I just wanted, this is just a comment made when Ness was talking about being on a roller coaster. Mary says when she was young, she used to feel the roller coaster before I would fly, and I would always wave to myself laying in bed and flap my arms to gain momentum to go up. Now I just go. I love it, Mary. It's like when you isn't it like everybody in the front row puts their hands up? Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing that, Mary. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. All right. So Wiki says, I had a dream about what the other side is like. All I remember is my grandma telling me it's just like down there, but without bathrooms.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. I love it.
No mirrors. Oh no.
But remember, Carolyn, you get to pick how old you are. So
Yeah.
you can
Oh, well,
pick the
that
best
doesn't
year.
matter.
You can pick your best year. That's right.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, Wiki. And it really is funny. And that's probably very true. Although I remember Susan Lynn saying that you can smoke up there if you want. You can
Oh my
drink
goodness.
up there if you want. All that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. But at least you don't have to get all messy. Guess who's going to be really happy when they get up there that they won't have to be dependent on anything.
Well, where depends, right?
That.
No poop.
No bathrooms.
We had a little dog.
My goodness.
We had a little dog called Peggy Sue. She was a Jack Russell, and God bless her. She was getting quite long in the tooth, and she had a bit of a bathroom problem in the house, if you will. And after she passed, she came to me in a dream, and she said, "Well, no more waterworks problems."
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh, that's funny. So you didn't have to leave the, well, it was a girl though, wasn't it? It wasn't a male.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you don't have to need a hydrant around anymore, you know. That's great.
Or a patch of grass.
That's right.
For the girl.
Yeah.
So Sharon said, if you could tell me who took me to the dark, beautiful waters. In your dream, Sharon? I'm guessing. Who took you to the dark? Interesting that it's waters. I'm sorry, who?
I said, I'm hoping it's in a dream.
Yeah, well, yes.
Nobody wants to go to the dark.
Nobody wants to go to the dark, but it's beautiful. She says it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the crevasse and the deep in the ocean. It feels like you had Archangel Michael with you, and you also had a dragon, which dragons are shapeshifters, so they can turn into whales. So it feels like you had, it wasn't just one that was there with you, but more than that. And we did that in a meditation not long ago, going into the crevasse and the deep, dark waters. And that's where you see all the light. And there's so much beautiful things down there.
Sure. Not at the Mariana Trench, I hope, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't want to see anything. Yeah. I don't want to turn around and see anything funny.
I got immerse. So they're wanting you, Sharon, to immerse yourself. If you're going to the dark, beautiful waters, they're wanting you to go deeper into your spirituality, I think, because water is definitely representative of that type of thing. So that's what I get for you. Who else? Who else? Kelly, you got something?
I'm getting that you're maybe being led out there to heal some deep dark emotions that maybe have been stored away for a time, and again in this energy that we're in with the full moon and the eclipses, it's having us face some of those emotions that have been stored deep inside of us. So that's what I'm getting is it's to have you maybe look at those emotions that have been stored away.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's best to look at them and examine them.
Yeah,
but don't fear them.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straighten them out. Let them go.
Right. Okay, that's wonderful. Ginger.
Yeah, I pulled this card and made me think about this is Four of Cups, but healing ancestral lineage as well, some deep ancestral emotional healing is a possibility as well.
Beautiful.
I got the sanctuary.
She just threw out the other card. She got so mad because she kept getting
Well, let's see. If it's the path, no, it's gratitude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No, but the sanctuary, of course, that is where you, in your deepest secrets, that's where you make the greatest sanctuary, right? So.
Yeah. Is there, did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? No? Okay. I don't want to miss anybody. All right. So our Katie Arbuckle is here, and she says, she had a weird dream Sunday night. I was talking to some entities. I don't know if they were fictional or spiritual, but I was sensing a tickle in my throat. So I excused myself. I am now sick. Oh, Katie.
Oh, no.
It was them saying, you got to take care of yourself. Yes. Yes.
Here's some honey and slippery elm.
Oh.
And Katie, I had something similar to this happen to me, and I had some stuff. I wasn't taking time for myself to do some healing work and be gentle with myself, because I feel like we're all kind of at this time bringing up old things and just kind of looking at them again and acknowledging them, but taking time to sort ourselves out. And acknowledge what we've been through and how far we've gotten, but we need to be really gentle about that. And if you get really busy, like I was, bam, I got sick and they laid me out for a week.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we do know that ahead of time, Katie. So it's like your guides were all there, just saying, "Prepare thee the way of the cold."
Yep. Yep.
They basically what they're saying is, you do it, or I'll do it.
Uh,
Very good.
To do it.
That's
Very
exactly it.
Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly it.
The
Yep, those
universe
step
has its
in.
ways of making you rest when you don't feel you need to rest.
That's very true.
Yep.
Or detouring you. You can look at it, and it's not just being ill, but it's not a failure, or what is the word? A cross that you can't, or why can't I say what I want to say? The end
The
of the
moon.
line. It's just a detour.
Yeah.
It's just a detour. Yeah.
The moon
Yeah.
in Pisces is not allowing it. It's taking a break. It's taking a break. It's
Well, you might as
If
well
you-
get both done in one fell swoop, right?
exactly. And if you don't take a break, you can't take stock of what you've been through, what you've learned, how you survived it in the first place. So this was just what Carolyn had said. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it for you. There you go. There's your little tickle.
There you go.
You know, I've been teaching my son, Brendan, who's Ocean GD in the chat, this spiritual ways and listening to your guides and stuff. And in my previous job, I worked so hard. It was, I can't even tell you. Anyways, I ended up getting COVID. And you know what he said to me was, Mom, I think the universe gave you COVID so that you can rest. Because I went and call in sick, and I'm like, oh my God, I raised my boy right.
Mhm.
That's so sweet.
There you go.
That's
Taught him
beautiful.
well.
Yeah. There you go. That's right.
Mhm.
Well, all right. Well, we're getting there, everybody. Katie, I hope you get better soon, dear.
Yes. Get better.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
So Lorraine said, could you all explain a dream of going up through flames of raging fire, moving like I was on some kind of carnival ride or something? Ooh, are you going through, are you a phoenix rising?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transformation and purification.
Big transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drink a lot of water. Water.
A lot of water. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely. Yeah.
Uh-huh. No, I really think so, Lorraine.
Big transformation in front of you.
Mhm.
Yes.
But accept it with graciousness.
Yeah. And just so you know, we're all going through different transformations, but you're not alone. So don't feel alone. It, whatever it is that comes your way was meant to be. So
You know,
The fire of
Yep.
purification,
the
right?
easier you accept it, the easier it'll be.
yeah, that's very true. Very true. Anybody else, or if we covered this one? Okay.
Phoenix.
Thank you, dear.
Phoenix
Thank
energy.
Okay, we have a new repetition card.
Oh, okay.
There's your
There
inner
it is.
warrior taking a break. Because definitely transformation, purification by fire.
Okay. Perfect.
Wow.
All right. So Jules learning to listen. Dreamt of her beautiful mom this morning. She fell asleep during meditating. My car was missing. I looked all over school and crowds. Then mom turned to look right into my eyes, young and fresh. Oh, she was visiting you, Jules.
Mhm.
Yep.
Those are the eyes of I love you.
Absolutely.
I love that, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Wow.
look at this. I just have to, Lorraine said that was 8 years ago, and I have been through a 180. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did. Yeah. Okay. I didn't
Wow.
know it was that long ago. All right.
Transformation.
Oh.
Anybody else
I
with
was just
Jules?
going to say, I always feel like the car is your vehicle. So a lot of times it might be your physical body in a dream, and that maybe you didn't want to go to sleep in the meditation, but you did, and you're looking around for your body, and there's your mom instead. And I mean, what a beautiful thing to happen. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking very similar that a message is you don't need a vehicle to see me or hear me or feel me.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Jules. I love that so much. Yeah. Oh, look it. She's an angel.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing I can say to add to that. It's
Uh-huh.
the eyes of love.
It's spiritual. I got that white stag, and it's just something very it's a spiritual message for sure.
Yeah. Beautiful.
For me, antlers, when I have an image of antlers, it is that connection to the divine or connection to your loved ones, you know. So, you don't need something physical to communicate with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get if you've been missing her and just feeling like the loss and just the you know, where is she? I can't find her. I get that she was coming in just to say, you know what, everything's going to be okay. Everything's okay. I've been here, and she has been by your side, Julie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too, Jules. Yeah, that's wonderful. Whenever that happens to me, I don't want to wake up.
Right.
I just want to stay in the dream because it's a visitation and it's just so special. So,
Yep, she's not lost.
that's beautiful. Thanks, everybody. All right, we only got a couple more left here. We got Ginny, Twisted Sushi, and Imelda has a question. So I think we can wrap this right up here to do these last ones. So Ginny had a dream the other night about a strange fox hunt. Later, I had a dream about telling someone about my dream about the fox hunt. I'm sorry, that just tickles me.
I love that.
Uh-huh.
Can I say I do this often? Is I'll have a dream, I'll wake up, and when I fall back asleep, I don't go in the same dream, but I will go into the next dream and tell somebody about the dream I just had.
And that's exactly what she did, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think it was because you wanted to remember it? Because sometimes I'll sort of wake up and then I'll think, geez, I want to remember this and I don't want to write it down right now.
Me too.
And so I repeat it to somebody else thinking that that's going to help me remember it. But wow, I don't know.
Yeah. And think about what the fox hunt means to you. Like foxes are so smart,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And finding that knowledge and you're sharing that with someone else, but also deja vu.
You're a foxy lady.
A foxy lady.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. Oh, that's awesome.
You're not going to believe it.
Oh, geez. Oh, my
And
goodness.
then at the bottom is the strength in numbers. So you exactly what others were saying about not forgetting. You wanted to actually be sure to remember. Stumbling over my words tonight. So the power of this original fox hunt, how were you involved in it and the strength that you had from it? And then later, the reflection of all it took for you to be in that fox hunt.
Wow. Yeah.
And I got a
chance to go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, dream a little dream of me. Yes, I love Mama Cass. So this is interesting. She's due any day with her first child.
Congratulations.
But dreamt 2 months postpartum, I will find out I am pregnant again. I dreamt of my first baby as well. So curious if this dream is true as well. There's another little soul up there knocking on the door. It sounds like.
I immediately thought it was.
Hey, darling little babies.
Yeah. And they were probably related in a past life. And
I was
not going without me.
Right.
You picked the perfect mom. I want the same perfect mom as you.
How come you get to go first?
My turn. I'm first.
Uh-huh.
Me first. Me first.
Oh, wow.
I get the blue swing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one out there ready to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So be
Mhm.
careful. That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
What do you have? What do they call them?
Irish twins.
Irish twins. That's
Yeah.
what they call them. 13 months apart or
Yeah.
something like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And shebang.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That is funny. I think so. Annie says you must be a kind soul, Twisted Cersei. Yeah.
You're right.
That, I
Yeah.
love that.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
They
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
you.
there's another one on the path.
Okay. Okay. You're on the path.
I can't believe the way these cards are coming out.
All right. So let's see. Imelda says, I don't know if this is a silly question, but do itching hands mean anything? Friends say, oh, you're coming into money, and it never happens.
But it depends.
That
If
happens
it's your left hand, you're getting it. If it's your right hand, you got to give it away.
Oh.
Look it up.
I heard if it's your right hand, you're into me as a stranger.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, all I know is if you have an itchy nose, you're going to get in a fight.
Oh, I always heard you're going to kiss a fool. So I'd go stand in the mirror.
I always thought an itchy nose meant somebody was talking about you. So when my nose itches, I go, somebody's talking about me.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
when my feet itch,
Mhm.
money always comes in. So for me,
I love
it's
it.
always my feet. If my feet start itching, I can say, oh, there's money coming in, and it'll be within a day, no longer a week. But my hands, I have always thought that that's news. You're going to be getting news coming in.
Okay. Okay.
What do you got, Terry?
Oh, well, I have The Secret Language of Your Body. This is
Oh.
such a great book by Enid.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And it says, not liking what you're doing, you're itching to get away, easily irritated and annoyed, feeling like you're getting a raw deal or unsatisfied. But I was kind of getting, you're itching to get going or itching to start something new.
No.
Oh, I like that.
Hands. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if my nose itches, it means I've already been in the fight.
And is that true, Pete?
If my nose runs, it means my co-pilot's coming in.
Oh.
It's always a sign that you're here.
Usually now it's Merlin
Yeah.
coming to talk to me when my nose itches.
Oh, for me.
Well, I would say that if it's your left side, of course, it's your spiritual side. And if it's in the right side, then it's your physical side. So if your left hand gets itchy, I don't know. Maybe it's something spiritual you're itching to do. Maybe this is the physical part of it. I don't know. Yeah.
I know when my left hand itches, it's unexpected money coming my way. And it usually happens.
I'm going to hang out with you. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to hit your left hand.
Over. I need some room.
So KK, I did not see your question. And I'm sorry, if you can repost it, if you can find it and tell me what time it was, it doesn't let me go back too far. That's the problem. So I'm sorry.
It jumps.
Yeah. I will say that this came in late, but let's look at it. And I had an appearance once by an angel whose white wing filled the doorway of my bedroom. How beautiful. I had a shelf there with an angel token, a white feather, an angel card. Was that my guardian angel?
Oh, wow.
That's
my.
beautiful. Yeah.
Well, they will fill a doorway. They're not small.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was your angel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of your guardian angels.
definitely.
Wow. I would say that we have a consensus that yes, you were very fortunate to have that beautiful.
Right.
Are they about, I don't know, 15 or 20 feet tall or something?
I pull an angel card.
Depends. If John Travolta shows up, he could be smoking and drinking a beer.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, that was a funny movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a book, a story by Marquez, one of the literature writers from South America, and he talks about the angel. Nobody believed he was an angel because he had bugs in his wings, and he didn't look like an angel.
Oh.
And it's the idea that we have expectations of what something should look like.
Mhm.
And when we don't see what we expect to see, then we don't believe it's true.
Mhm.
And it was a really good story. Yeah.
I
What a beautiful
I think it
imagery.
was. You had an altar there for him and
Mm-hmm.
checking in every night to make sure you're all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that back up. Big
You know,
back.
can I share something real quick? So when I was starting to be coming into my gifts, I was divorced, and the son's father was coming to pick them up, and I didn't like this, of course, and they didn't either, but I had to do this. But I always felt that I had to lock my bedroom door when they weren't here. And I don't know why. But one day, before I went into my bedroom, there's a little alcove, and I just turned around to the hall, my back to the door, and say, "Will you please watch over me and keep me safe?" And then, of course, I went to bed. And then in the middle of the night, I heard a male whisper in my ear very loudly, "I'm on the other side of the door." And so I later found out that, oh my God, he was telling me he was there.
Yeah.
Right. So you didn't have to worry anymore.
Right.
Wow.
And I didn't.
That's
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
KK, looking for it. I don't know if I'm.
She
I
put
don't
it
know.
in, says, question, who was he and what did he not want me to see or
But
access?
the first part of it, I don't have. There was something that was
Oh,
in the
yeah,
first
yeah.
part.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't
I
have
Yeah.
it.
I don't. Oh, I see it.
Do you?
It says, oh no, it says, Aley, did you happen to catch my dream close to the beginning? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long two-parter. I don't see the first part, KK. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the first part of it. I'm sorry too. I feel bad that I don't have it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think we can answer it without the first part, but let's see.
Yeah.
I'm looking on my phone, so I might be able to pick.
All right. All right. Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking too, but I just don't see it, KK.
My grandma used to always say that, I mean, I remember her saying this at a really, really, really young age. Always be nice to whoever you come into, you know, whoever like would knock on your door, or whoever you may run into, because she said you never know when
Angels unaware. Yeah.
you're entertaining an angel.
Angels unaware. Yeah.
Oh, she says, I was in a random building and when I felt a strange presence near me.
She turned and saw a stranger and asked what he was doing there, but he stood silent. She wonders who he was and what he wanted.
Oh.
KK, even before you wrote the first part again, I feel like there's either a father or a grandfather coming in.
I said
Yeah.
Peter, father. That's his father. That's her father.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is your father on the other side, KK? So I know you felt like he was monitoring you. Oh, okay.
They do that.
They do? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's like, do they have to go into the bathroom when you're going to the bathroom?
If they do, it's.
Oh, your
their
father's still here. I've had a feeling her father was still here. So it could be a grandparent.
Yeah.
Grandfather.
Or a guide.
Can do that.
Oh, people here can do that?
Mhm.
Yeah. In a dream. Okay. All right. So it could have been your own dad that was monitoring you, but he was a stranger
Over.
because, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Dad checking up on you.
Watching over her.
Yeah.
Making sure you're okay in a strange building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks about you, even if he's sleeping or.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
it's
need to
very
give him a
protective.
call your father.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
once a
right.
mom, always a mom. Once a dad, always a dad.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was, honey. Yeah, you don't see him that often. Okay. Okay. That's what he's feeling
That's
too, I
why he
think.
was looking for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was
Checking in.
checking in. He was checking in. Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes. Check on
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
your papa. That's
It
right.
felt like his throat, like there's something that he doesn't say or something that he didn't say, KK, that he wants to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So one more repetition. Again, the sanctuary card. So that's him looking out for you. Strange building, right? Spiritual being with you at all times in his heart.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I hate to cut this short, but I've got to go. I've got a show with Val.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got to go. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Thank you for all
Thank
your
you.
dreams.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kelly, Ginger,
Thank you.
Diana, Peter, Carolyn, Terry. We love you. Love you all.
Bye.
Thank
Love
you.
you
Love you
all.
Have a
too.
great time. We'll
Bye,
see you next week.
everybody.
Bye.
Ginger, what is that Flemish painting deck you're using?
Oh, it's called the Revival Art. Oop, where am I? Revival.